Welcome to Luxuriously Poor. Thank you for stopping by. And as always, put your faith in God first. Now, at the end of this video, you're going to see some videos um, on SNAP benefits because that's what this video is about. I wanted to do a video on it. My son is in the store, and of course, there's a Walmart parked in front. And I thought I would give you that to look at while I discuss some of the things that are happening with the SNAP benefits. I have had an extremely hard life, which is something I really don't talk about much. But I never ran to food stamps or anything else. I always ran to God, and I still do that because when you run to someone else, you're depending on someone else. And it's someone that you don't know. They don't care nothing about you. They have 100 rules and regulations. And so I've never cared for that. I prefer to be more self-sufficient. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've never suffered when it came to food. In other words, I always had something to eat. Now, it may not have always been what I wanted, and there is a difference, but I always had food to eat. And that is a problem that people have now. They can get food, and they can get it very cheaply to feed themselves. But I know a lot of you are going to say, like, cheaply? No. Well, there are some things that, you can get and feed your family very inexpensively compared to others. But the problem is people just don't want it. I mean, nobody is saying, well, I can go in and get me a whole box of oatmeal for $5 and feed my entire family oatmeal for breakfast for $5. And I could go in and get some peanut butter and for $3 feed my whole family lunch for a week. They're not going to do that. That's where the problem is and the big difference comes in. See, there are things you can do. There are lots of things that we as individuals can do to help our own selves out. And that is one of the big problems I see that's going on. Yes, prices have gone way, way up at the stores. It really has. And I told a friend of mine, because she knows somebody that was on food stamps, and I said, wait, the food stamps are going to buy even less than they did before. And people are going to struggle and have problems because, quite honestly, they've gotten used to, buying junk. And I watched the video, but I wanted to find it and I couldn't find it. I went back looking for it and couldn't find it. And it was about a woman that was very upset because she said she has 6 kids and she's not going to be able to feed her kids since the SNAP benefits were taken away. She was feeding her kids Lunchables for lunch. Now, that's over $6. And you could buy a package of bologna and a loaf of bread cheaper than that. Even a jar of peanut butter and a loaf of bread cheaper than that. And the jar of peanut butter and the loaf of bread would actually last more than one meal. It would. So a lot of times our problems are due to our own lack of knowledge or interest in doing things, or that we say to ourselves, well, I'm privileged. I deserve better than this. I should have what everybody else has. Well, you can if you can afford it. Because if you cannot afford it, then this is what happens. It can be taken away from you at any point. You become at the mercy, you're at the mercy of the person who's handing it out to you. And that's not a good feeling because you're not in control of yourself, your own life, and what you eat and what your kids eat, or do they have enough food, because you depended on an outside source that you have no control over.
Dollars less than what I was getting. Families right here in southeast Michigan and across the U.S. devastated to see a decrease in their Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program or SNAP benefits.
I was receiving like 900 and something, and now I receive like 7. It's hard feeding my kids and myself, but I try to make do what it do. I come to the lighthouse.
The Lighthouse offers food assistance and other services to those in need. And those who work there say they're already seeing an increase in the number of people they're serving.
Because of SNAP programs are going to take as much as $95 per individual.
Thousands of Nevadans are facing hunger. That's according to the nonprofit Feeding America. And the problem has only gotten worse amid inflation.
And our Jaewon Jung takes us to one local food bank where the wait times are increasing each and every day.
Take a look at this line at City Impact Urban Food Bank. Many say they've been waiting for more than 2 hours. They say recently they've noticed lines have gotten longer.
It's very hard to afford food now with the prices. Can't even tell you the last time I bought eggs.
Putting food on the table is an everyday concern.
That is on the rise. The cost of living is rising at a record rate, but more and more Americans are paying an even steeper price after checkout. Catherine Henderson and her family of 5 relies on SNAP benefits. Earlier this month, she received bad news at the grocery store.
I got like a little receipt that was like, there's only like $20 in here. And I was like, that's not right, because today was the day it was supposed to deposit.
1,000 or so in government assistance dollars was missing, taken by somebody out of California.